Hi, in this video I will show you how we can create AWS CloudTrail event data logging. That is specifically how we can filter a specified events from the CloudTrail and push it into a particular S3 bucket, okay, using Terraform, and also how we can how we can provision the required infrastructure or required setup using the CI/CD task via GitHub Actions, okay. Yeah. So this is the pictorial overview of my demo. So here it contains, I have one GitHub account where I have a repo. In that repo, I have a GitHub action and the respective Terraform files. Yeah, and also I have the AWS account. So under the AWS account, where actually I am configuring the CloudTrail with a filter data, saying like only the S3 bucket data should be forwarded to a S3 bucket where actually the CloudTrail data will be stored. Okay, so this is where the filtering will happen in the CloudTrail configuration, and the filtered event data will be stored in the S3 bucket. Okay, so that's the main motive of this demo. So the pipeline in general, the pipeline of this below pipeline summary says something like this. I have the Visual Studio Code where I will be doing the coding. Once I'm done with my coding, I will be pushing to my upstream branch in the GitHub account, and the respective GitHub actions will be invoked. And once the GitHub actions invoked, the respective the infrastructure, right, the targeted infrastructure of this demo, that is creating the CloudTrail with a event data event logging, yeah, and then forwarding that to the S3 bucket. Okay, so that's the main motive of this demo. Okay, previously I have created a video which where the generic nothing but all the CloudTrail logs can be stored in a S3 bucket. Okay, but now let's say there is a scenario we don't want every and all the CloudTrail logs. Okay, we want a specified event logs. All right. In this case, I'm targeting to the any event logs generated by the S3 tasks. Okay. Yeah, how we can filter that. Okay, that's the main motive of this demo. Okay, so with that note, let me go to the quickly walk you through the code. Yeah, so this is the Visual Studio Code where I have my complete code. Yeah, so here I have a GitHub repo. A GitHub repo contains the GitHub actions. So these are my GitHub actions, that is Terraform plan and Terraform apply. So the Terraform plan has been targeted to my branch, that is future branch one, which always I denote it as a development branch. Terraform apply GitHub actions is targeted to the main branch, which I denote it as a production branch. Okay, so that's a basic about the setting of this complete infrastructure or complete this environment, which you can see right now. And also, I would encourage you to please watch my previous videos where I have explained everything in regards to this from the scratch. Okay, yeah. And after that, I have one more file called main.terraform file. So this file contains the Terraform backend information and also provider data. Okay. Again, I would again recommend you to please do watch my previous videos in regards to how do you can set up this environment, like creating a Visual Studio Code, how we can create a GitHub repo and do the other stuffs like I have already done. Okay. Yeah. So now let's go to the main motive of this demo. So main motive of this demo is to show you that how you can create a CloudTrail with a certain filter data. Okay, certain filter within the CloudTrail. Yeah. Okay, so let me quickly walk you through this code as well here. So this is the main file, this is the main and sole file which contains end-to-end coding about this demo. Okay, so you can focus on this page only. Yeah. So let me close the other page. Yeah. So here let me quickly walk you through from the top of this code. Okay, so this is the first line, that is data. So this is the line which will retrieve the required data information from the AWS caller identity. Okay, so this is the resource type, that is AWS underscore caller underscore identity. Yeah. So nothing but what it does is it actually retrieves all the information of our current connection details. Okay, it contains a secret key and a secret value. Yeah. And this is the variable. Okay, so inside this flower bucket block we are giving so again, okay, so this, let me select this block before I walk you through the parameters of inside this block. So this is the block which actually creates a CloudTrail with the filtering. Okay, what is the filtering? We are filtering all the events being generated because of the task being performed on the S3 bucket. Okay, yeah. So let me quickly walk you through this code as well. So here it's a resource. Again, we are creating a CloudTrail, and this is the resource. This is the variable of this resource type. Yeah, where that data will be stored. Okay, so again the resource type is AWS underscore CloudTrail. Okay, Yeah, so this is the variable. Okay, now inside this flower bucket block, we are giving the required parameters. Okay, to create a CloudTrail we need a name, so this is the name parameter. It contains this value, and this is the S3 bucket. This is my, yeah, so S3 bucket is the this code which I will walk you through later to this block. Okay, so I'm referring the same S3 bucket here where actually the CloudTrail logs will be stored in. Yeah, then the prefix. Okay, I'm giving a prefix inside this bucket, that is a key prefix, that is CloudTrail key. Okay, and also I'm telling that to include the global event equal to true. Okay, so let me make it false because I just wanted only the S3 bucket information. Okay, so let me make it as a false. Okay, yeah, because I don't want any IAM related information. Okay, so because this block will enable the CloudTrail to push all the events being generated on IAM task. Okay, that is identity and access management tasks. Okay, which I don't want in this one because I'm focusing on all the tasks being generated on AWS S3 bucket. Okay, yeah, so this is the event selector. Okay, so this is the event selector block. Inside this flower bucket block, we are giving the further required parameter, that is a read write type. We are making it all. Okay, include the management event. Yes, we need to include that. Okay, that's the reason I'm making it as a true. Then the data resources. Okay, which are the data resources? One is the type is the S3 bucket object. Okay, let's say somebody creating the object inside the S3 bucket, then we want that kind of event. Okay, so that's what the filtering I have done. Okay, yeah, and on all the S3 bucket, whatever it is. Okay, so that's where this particular CloudTrail definition has been written. Okay, now let me go walk you through the down code. Okay, so here this is nothing but I'm just creating a storage bucket. Okay, so this is a big block because it contains the storage policy as well, that is S3 policy as well. Yeah, it's already been walked through in the previous video, but let me again walk you through in this video as well. So here again I'm creating S3 bucket, that is, this is the resource type, that is AWS underscore S3 underscore bucket. This is the variable of that resource type. Inside this flower bucket block, we are giving the required parameter. Yeah, that's a bucket name. So what is my bucket name? This is the tf hyphen test hyphen trail hyphen bucket. This should be a unique name across the global for the AWS. Okay, so henceforth give a unique name according to your requirement. Okay, then the force destroy. Okay, so I'm just making the S3 bucket as a destroyable. Okay, then inside this because, and also I'm attaching a policy which contains these permissions and targeted to these resources. Okay, so let me quickly walk you through this policy as well. The version of my policy is something this is the API version. Okay, yeah, then inside this statement I'm allowing certain permissions. Okay, and targeted to a particular SPN, that is the service principal. Okay, this is the SID, the effect. Okay, the effect. Okay, the effect is allow. The principal. Okay, the principal is I'm targeting to a service principal, and the service is CloudTrail Amazon.com service. Okay, then the action is equal to S3 colon get bucket ACL. Okay, and resources I'm just targeting to a bucket where the CloudTrail will push the logs. Okay, that's the reason. So if you see here, till here it's a S3 AR in style, and after that I'm targeting to the bucket name which I have created above. Okay, and after that I'm allowing one more permissions to put bucket. Okay, to S3 put bucket. This is the SID, and the effect is allow. The principal is again I'm targeting to CloudTrail. Here, if you see the action which I'm allowing here is S3 colon put bucket. Here S3 colon get bucket ACL. Okay, and again I'm just targeting to a particular resource, that is of bucket, this bucket. Okay, so underneath this bucket, this is the key. This is again further folder. Yeah, this is nothing but a folder structure within the bucket. Okay, and the condition is the secret or the connection information which I'm using to this Terraform should have a complete access on the bucket. Okay, then only this infrastructure, this work will happen successful. Okay, yeah, so with that note, let me make a save this and do the committing task. Okay, so as you see here, I have just made a commit in my local branch. Currently I'm in the future branch 1. Okay, which is a local branch. Okay, now let me commit this change locally. I will give a meaningful message called data event log. Okay, and what I do is I will commit these changes to my local branch. Here you go, this is my local branch. The change is already been committed, and now synchronization button says that there is a need of upstream branch synchronization. Okay, let me do that. So once the synchronization gets completed, automatically the upstream branch, nothing but the branch which is sitting in the GitHub account, will get automatically updated, and which will in turn invoke my GitHub action. Okay, so let's go and see that. So I will just go to my GitHub repo. I'm sorry for this. So let me go to the GitHub repo. Yeah. So this is my GitHub repo. Yeah. So this is my GitHub account, and yeah. So let me show you. So this is my GitHub account, and this is the my GitHub repository. So inside this GitHub account, as I explained, it contains main branch and future branch one. Okay. And also it contains the GitHub actions which just now got invoked because of my upstream branch synchronization. Okay, so let's see that the Terraform plan state has to be Terraform plan GitHub action is supposed to be invoked. Okay, here you go, the data event log message which I have committed there. Now that got triggered. That made this Terraform plan GitHub action to get triggered. It got successfully triggered. Okay, let's see what the Terraform plan says. Okay, this is a pure live demo. Okay, so just now as you see as you can see this the Terraform plan GitHub action is running now. Here you go, what it says is it's going to add. Okay, so let's quickly walk through the summary of this Terraform plan stage. Okay, I always again recommend you to study the Terraform plan and Terraform apply logs so that you will understand that how the Terraform will work. Right here it says plus is nothing but it's going to add a resource, so it's going to add a CloudTrail with the selector options. If you see, right, we have provided some selector options here. Okay, then and also it is creating a destination S3 bucket which can store the CloudTrail logs. Okay, and finally summary says that it's going to add two resources, zero changes and zero destroy. Okay, yeah, so that's what we want. So let me, before I walk you through the next step, that is Terraform apply stage, let me quickly show you that the bucket is not yet created. So here you see, if you see, it has only two bucket. Okay, and we don't have that the CloudTrail bucket is yet to be created. I will again take you to the CloudTrail, and I will show that there is no CloudTrail is being created, and also data filter is also not created. Okay, so as you see, right, so there is no CloudTrail as of now. So let's do that. And as we have walked through this Terraform plan stage, we came to know that it's actually going to add two resources in the AWS account. We are happy with it. Okay, now let me make a note that this GitHub action has not yet created any resources. Okay, because just now I have showed you that there are no resources been created yet. Okay, to do that, what we need to do is we need to make the Terraform plan stage get invoked. Okay, now how to do that? So in this setup, what I have done is whenever we make a code pushes to the main branch, the Terraform apply GitHub action will be invoked. Okay, so now let me do that by creating a new pull request against my main branch. I have created a pull request. Now let me merge that so that the code gets merged to my main branch and the Terraform apply GitHub action gets invoked. Okay, so if you see here, so Terraform apply GitHub action has been invoked. Okay, so here you go, it's in queue and it is currently running. Okay, so let's parallelly see the logs. Okay, as you see, currently it is a live demo and it is currently provisioning the required infrastructure in the AWS account. Okay, it's very fast. It has successfully provisioned the required infrastructure. Let's go to the Terraform apply logs and study the logs. Okay, I will just expand that. Here you go, it is establishing the connection. Okay, this is the connection data. Once it is established the connection, so what is doing, it is creating S3 bucket, and it also created a CloudTrail with the required filter. Okay, yeah, and at the end the summary says that it has successfully created two resources, zero changes and zero destroy. Okay, so that's what we want. Let's go to the now let's go back to the AWS account and see if the resources got created. I will take you to the CloudTrail and I will show you that the CloudTrail has now the data event log. Okay, so yeah, here you go, the CloudTrail is successful been created, TF based CloudTrail. Yeah, now let me go inside this CloudTrail and show you that the event log has been created now. So if you see, I have created the all. Okay, and also so if you see the data events, okay, the data event targeted is all current and future S3 bucket, nothing but from this point of time, whatever the S3 buckets are gets created, the event related to the S3 bucket will be pushed by this particular CloudTrail. Okay, yeah. So that's what it says, and status is enabled. Okay, and management event, I'm also making it as a all. Okay, yeah. So this is the special case of this demo. Okay, earlier I have just shown you a blank one. Okay, but this is specific for particular use. Let's say you are mainly interested for a particular event to be stored in the S3 bucket. Okay, so in that case, this kind of configuration will come in handy, right? So now let's go to the S3 bucket and show you the S3. Okay, the S3 bucket got created or not? Yeah. Okay, so here you go. The S3 bucket is successfully created, right? Where the CloudTrail logs will be stored. And if you see the folder structure, it is according to what we have given, right? Yeah, so this is my account name, CloudTrail, correct? And the location, year, month, date, correct? Then the CloudTrail log, right? So if you extract these logs, all the CloudTrail logs will be belongs to a S3 bucket only. Okay, so let me do that and I will show you that the S3 bucket related CloudTrail has been pushed now. I'm just downloading that locally. I will save it in the desktop. Okay, so that's, if I show you that the logs are related to the CloudTrail logs of S3 tasks, then that marks our completion of this demo. Okay, so let me open that logs, right, and show you that the logs are belongs to S3 bucket. Okay, if you see, right, it says it's all says all about the type equal to S3 bucket. Okay, it says that somebody has created a bucket in your account, right? So that kind of message has been pushed into the S3 bucket. Okay, yeah. So what actually does this helps us? This helps us to this helps in many tasks. Okay, if you want to do some automation, if you want to do have an audit, or if you want to do some other job. Okay, so this kind of logging option will definitely comes in handy picture. Okay, yeah. So as you see, right, so currently what actually the CloudTrail is doing, it is only pushing the information or events of a only S3 bucket scoped. Okay, it does not captures, okay, it does not captures all other tasks. Okay, it only focuses on the S3 tasks. Okay, yeah. So that's it. I have successfully shown you the required aim of this demo. Yeah. Finally, thanks for watching our videos. Kind request, please do subscribe my channel. That would really encourage me a lot. Okay, with that note, thank you, thanks a lot.